Oh, honey, I'm sorry. We can't help you there because we're cuddly sleepers.
Okay, the sleeping thing. Very tricky business, but there is something you can do.
I thought you guys were cuddly sleeping.
No.
Phoebe is being followed by a guy. She finally turns around and confronts him, saying,
That's it. No. Hey, you, J. Crew guy. Yeah. Why have you been following me?
First, let's understand why she calls him the J. Crew guy. J. Crew is a well-known American clothing brand. In the 90s and 2000s, their ads featured all-American, polished, model-looking people. By calling him the J. Crew guy, Phoebe is mocking how generic and catalog-ready he looks, as if he stepped out of a J. Crew ad.
What's up, learners? English isn't my first language either, but you know what helps? Learning from TV. Here we study real-life phrasal verbs and idioms from Friends and Modern Family, while I share my notes and tips with you. Ready to learn alongside me? Let's go!
I mean, all week long, everywhere I look, there's you.
You wouldn't return my calls? You sent back my letters?
What?
One more chance, Ursula, please.
Then Phoebe realizes that the guy is Ursula's ex-boyfriend. He asks for one more chance in their relationship, and Phoebe replies,
Oh, well, this is awkward. Oh, well, this is awkward.
The word awkward describes a feeling or situation that is uncomfortable, clumsy, or embarrassing, which fits Phoebe's case because she feels uncomfortable and embarrassed. Imagine these situations. 1. You trip and almost fall in front of people. That's an awkward movement, not smooth or graceful. He had an awkward stumble on the stairs but managed not to fall. He had an awkward stumble on the stairs but managed not to fall. 2. You meet someone new and don't know what to say, so there is a long, silent pause. That's an awkward silence. It feels uncomfortable. After we introduced ourselves, there was an awkward silence because neither of us knew what to say next. Jay is gruff but soft-hearted. He cries when Phil finds the poem he wrote for his mom as a boy, creating an awkward moment for Phil.
How was your day with my dad?
Awkward, actually. He cried a little. Awkward, actually. He cried a little.
3. You try to carry a very big, strangely shaped object. That object is awkward. It's difficult to handle. Carrying the oddly shaped lamp was awkward because it kept bumping against the door frame. Carrying the oddly shaped lamp was awkward because it kept bumping against the door frame. 4. You accidentally ask someone a very personal question that makes them uncomfortable. That's an awkward question. It was an awkward question when my aunt asked about my ex-partner right in front of my new date. Phil and Claire have dined out with their friends multiple times, but they've never paid for the meal. This time Claire tells Phil not to reach for the check, but Phil says he doesn't like it when the bill just sits there. It makes him feel awkward.
I just don't like it when the bill sits there. It's awkward. I just don't like it when the bill sits there. It's awkward.
It wasn't my ring. It's Ross's ring. That's why I felt so bad, Rach, because he was gonna propose.
What?
You were gonna propose to me?
Remember that hilarious proposal mix-up with Joey, Ross, and Rachel and the extreme awkwardness that followed?
Well, this is awkward.
Janice asks Chandler, "Do I look fat?" Chandler says no, meaning she doesn't look fat. However, Janice takes his no to mean that he's secretly calling her a cow. Chandler didn't mean it that way. Janice misunderstood his response.
Do I look fat?
No.
Okay, I accept that. When Janice asked me and I said no, she took that to mean that I was calling her a cow.
So take something to mean refers to how someone interprets or understands something. often in a way different from what was intended. He didn't text back, so I took that to mean he wasn't interested. He didn't text back, so I took that to mean he wasn't interested.
A woman named Hildy called and said we were getting married, but that happens every day. Ah!
Chandler, please don't think I was trying to pressure you. It was a mistake. Please don't take this to mean anything because it doesn't. Please don't take this to mean anything because it doesn't.
When I said I'm busy, she took that to mean I didn't want to see her. When I said I'm busy, she took that to mean I didn't want to see her. Okay, before we move on, let's break down the phrase walk through. How would you define it in this sentence? The technician walked me through fixing my Wi-Fi. 1. Explaining a process step by step. 2. Physically going somewhere with someone. 3. Giving someone tools to fix something. Ross and Rachel look confused. So Rachel asks Chandler,
Okay, walk us through it, honey. Walk us through it.
in this context, walk us through it means explain it step by step in a clear, simple way so we can understand. It's often used when someone is confused and needs a detailed breakdown of a process, story, or idea.
Okay, walk us through it, honey. Walk us through it.
Okay, well, Janice said, hi, do I look fat today? And I looked at her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You looked at her?
Key uses of walk through. 1. Explain carefully. This math problem is confusing. Can you walk me through it? This math problem is confusing. Can you walk me through it? 2. Guide someone practically. Let me walk you through setting up the software. Let me walk you through setting up the software. 3. Rehearse or review. We'll walk through the presentation before the meeting. We'll walk through the presentation before the meeting. Jay and Gloria are in a heated argument. Jay's friend suggests resolving it using a Buddhist belief.
In Buddhism, we believe it's better to conquer yourself than win 1,000 battles.
That's why Nepal is always crushing it at the Olympics.
Jay, an enlightened man, would go over there and say, Gloria, I love and respect you.
But Jay ignores it at first. Later, when things get worse, Jay finally asks,
Walk me through that Buddhist nonsense again.
Phil is eager to learn a complex magic trick called the quantum flux illusion. He asks a fellow magician to explain it in detail.
Would you mind quickly walking me through the quantum flux illusion?
You never look. You just answer. It's like a reflex. Do I look fat? No. Does size matter?
No.
And it works both ways.
You want to adopt a puppy? I'm all for it. What do you think I'm all for it means in this sentence? 1. I totally agree with or like the idea. 2. I'm completely against it. 3. I have no idea. Now let's see how Chandler uses this phrase in his sentence.
Janice likes to cuddle at night, which, I'm all for.
In Chandler's line, I'm all for it means I completely support or enjoy this thing. It's a casual, enthusiastic way to say you totally agree with or like something. For example, I'm all for traveling solo. I love the freedom.
If you and Claire, and especially Phil, are into this, then I'm on board.
That's fantastic. Oh, I gotta tell Phil. I'll call you right back.
What's up?
Mitchell changed his mind. He's all for it. Mitchell changed his mind. He's all for it.
This phrase is commonly used to introduce a limitation or exception, so it is often followed by a contrasting statement, usually introduced with but, like Chandler's cuddling versus sleep conflict.
But, when you want to go to sleep, you want some space.
I'm all for trying new restaurants, but let's make sure they have good reviews first. I'm all for trying new restaurants, but let's make sure they have good reviews first.
Janice likes to cuddle at night, which, I'm all for. But, when you want to go to sleep, you want some space. So, how do I tell her that without, accidentally calling her fat or something?
This expression is handy because it starts positively. I support this, but prepares the listener for a contrast, making criticism or requests softer. I'm all for team meetings, but can we make them shorter? It's better than saying meetings are too long, right? Luke doesn't have his own bike and has been riding his sister's. In this scene, Claire refuses to buy him one because of his irresponsibility.
Until he's responsible enough to take care of his own bike. Look, he spilled a soda on my computer. He ruined our digital camera taking pictures of himself underwater.
He previously ruined her computer and their digital camera.
It's a girl's bike. I'm all for teaching him a lesson, but I worry about the ridicule he might get from some loudmouth bully.
When Phil says, I'm all for teaching him a lesson, he agrees with Claire's stance at first. However, he then contrasts this by adding, but I worry about the ridicule he might get from some loudmouth bully.
Okay, you're in bed. She's over on your side, cuddling. Now, you wait for her to drift off, and then you hug her and roll her over to her side of the bed.
Drift off means to gradually fall asleep. I couldn't help drifting off in the middle of that lecture. It was so boring. I couldn't help drifting off in the middle of that lecture. It was so boring. I was lying down to rest for a moment and I must have drifted off. I was lying down to rest for a moment and I must have drifted off.
And then you roll away. Hug for her. Roll for you.
Have you ever heard of Newton's first law or the tablecloth trick? Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Now Chandler uses science to free his arm.
Okay, time for the old tablecloth trick. One fluid motion, quick like cat, quick like a cat. And 1, 2, 3.
The tablecloth trick refers to pulling a tablecloth off a table without disturbing dishes on top. Chandler tries the same quick move to free his arm without waking Janice.
Wow, thank you, Jay.
Hop in, I'll give you a walkthrough.
Okay.